It has been a while since I've uploaded here on YouTube, so thank you to everyone who has shown continued patience while I've been away again. And for anyone who is new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy the backlog, and I hope you have enjoyed watching through Unemployed to Legend, where we continue today and we try to turn around the form that Norwich City has lost in the Premier League. Now, just because I've been away for a little bit, if you could leave a like down below and make sure to smash the big red subscribe button, just double check to make sure it's pressed, it's clicked, just to help out the channel in the algorithm, and the support for the channel would be absolutely amazing. Thank you all so much. Now let's get on with today's episode. Welcome back everybody to Unemployed to Legend, episode 25 here with Norwich City. My name is Craig, and coming up in today's episode we have two Premier League games for you, away at Leicester and also against Wolverhampton Wanderers. I don't know why I said the full name, but whatever, we just roll with it. Now, I did say in the last episode we'll be back for the Europa League, the final group stage game against Borussia Mönchengladbach. But since the last episode, we've been okay in Europe as far as getting results go, but it's in the Premier League that we're still struggling. So the last episode we had games against Liverpool and Genk, that was fine. The game against Genk, the win we had, put us through to the knockout rounds. We've since beaten Villarreal 3-1, and that now means in Group C we have qualified and finished first. It's a guarantee now, so we will skip the first knockout round of the Europa League. We'll be straight into the second knockout round, which is exactly what the board wanted, and we avoid any teams coming down from the Champions League. In the Premier League, however, still struggling to get the points on the boards. I mean, a 0-0 draw against Fulham, who were 15th at the time. Manchester City beat us 2-1. Okay, that's expected, but we were 1-0 up, so that's a bit of a disappointment. We did beat Tottenham 2-1, however, which does mean that having picked up our first 3 points in the league since since early October, we are currently 5th. We've slipped down the table just a little bit more, but it means that at the moment we are still in the conversation. Now, the reason I've brought it back for these two Premier League games is because I want to see, can we get some sort of run going? As in, can we continue to be picking up the points that are needed to keep ourselves in the hunt for European football next season. So this is going to be the team that we'll send out in the first game away at Leicester. For Borussia, who's now back in goal, Gabriel has dropped to the bench. I felt it was time just to see what Borussia can do for us, and thankfully he's been fairly solid. Gonzalez at left back, Lovato and Quaresma at centre back, with Nikolov at right back. He has replaced the injured Max Aarons, who's out for another up to 3 weeks with, what injuries he got? Groin strain. Okay. Aldo and Seki in central midfield. Aldo has been playing a few more games recently after being not quite happy. His manager at Barcelona is not very happy either, Ronald Koeman, that Aldo's not getting enough game time. I mean, he looks okay on paper, but I just guess he hasn't had the opportunity to show what he can do so far. He's only played 2 league games. He started the last one against Tottenham and then we actually won. No, he didn't. No, he came off the bench. He came off the bench for that one. Can't remember when he made his debut in the league then. And since then, he got an assist actually against Tottenham. So I figure, you know what, maybe it's time that we gave him a starting opportunity. Especially alongside someone like Seki, who's just going to be pinging balls around anywhere that you can go. Balogun on left wing, who's surprisingly been playing pretty decently there. So hopefully, long may that continue for him. If you look at his attributes, he doesn't exactly look like a standout performer, but he's someone who's consistent, or someone who, when you're in the hole, when you need someone with that little bit of quality, when you desperately need it, he brings it. He truly does bring it. He still brings it in Europe or in cup competitions especially as well. He scored against Genk. I know he got 2 assists against Genk in the last episode. He got a goal as well against Tottenham in the last match. So we're not talking about a very poor player here, in all fairness. Udraugo are playing attacking midfield. He came on there and he looks like he might suit that role a bit better. We shall see today. Peter Lynch on the right wing and Paul freaking Friars up top as the sole striker. Look at this man. He's just constantly improving. He scored as well against, who was it, Tottenham in the last game. And so far, 9 goals and 2 assists from 14 games. That's a massive return for a player who we bought from Cliftonville for £140,000. He's currently worth roughly 10 million. I will not sell him for less than 40. And that's assuming anybody else wants him, but as far as I'm concerned, he's staying here for the foreseeable future. I did bring him in on a hunch in the summer of 2024, mainly because I figured, do you know what, with buying him so cheap, that we could still sell him on for a good profit, which is all well and good. But at the same time, I do want to keep him now, if I'm really honest, because he's someone who doesn't just score in the Premier League, he scores in Europe as well. We've got a European striker, which makes it all the more puzzling that he hasn't scored for Northern Ireland yet. He's played like 10 or 11 times for Northern Ireland. He's yet to get off the mark for them. I have no idea what's happened there. And Aldo, my God, what a strike. And I'm sorry. Has that been... Oh, come on. Offside, are you kidding me? Aldo just smashed a great shot into the bottom corner. Where is... Oh, wow. So you're selling me... because Fires was offside and in front of the goalkeeper. That's a pretty rubbish way of doing an offside, I'm not going to lie. I think somebody has kind of slipped the the goalkeeper, the referee, slipped the referee a few quick bucks. He didn't need to on that occasion. The roles have reversed this time though. Aldo with the assist and Fires, poor freaking Fires, with his 10th goal of the season. This man is a diamond in the rough. I didn't expect him to have this much influence on the game, and on this team, and fair play. I mean, if he's someone who can slot in for Peter Lynch when necessary, I'm all for it. It's also made me think as well that with obviously Balogun, with Fires, with Lynch all in the team, it just allows me hopefully to just give Ginchard and Udrago a bit of a rest. Udrago's in the side today anyway, just to see if he can play as an advanced playmaker, and unfortunately, by the looks of it, it's the other end of the pitch I should be more concerned about. Oh my God. Oh, no penalty, thank goodness. That was a legitimate tackle. I was really, really nervous about that. I'm nervous about that though. 1-1. I think that was a free kick. Did they glance the head of Senesi? Not even the head, just like no one was marking him, so I don't know what else to say to that. That was really poor defending. Seki just seemed to have just taken a knock there, but he has sort of recovered. We'll see if we can get him to half-time and just make an assessment of him there. In fact, we have ourselves a highlight before half-time. Hopefully it'll be for us. Seki has indeed picked up a knock. Nikolov passed it off. Thank you very much. Quaresma into Udrago. Udrago just roaming around the pitch a bit. Aldo. Aldo's actually a ball-winning midfielder here, in all fairness, but he's someone who still can get forward. That was terrible, by the way. I don't know what Lynch was doing there. Oh, Quaresma, you got taken out by an injured Goebbels, and thankfully that was offside. Ismaila Sarr, is he still at Leicester? Oh, we sold this man to Leicester when I first took over Norwich in the first place, back in, gosh, when was that? 2023? So it's been 2.5 years. He left just before the season started. Thankfully, we got promoted straight away, and, well, by the looks of it, he's just been in the same place since. 1-1 at half-time anyway, and I'm not particularly impressed. Okay, so I did the team talk, and it seems I motivated and inspired quite a few players. I haven't shown it on camera because I don't really want dead air on my recordings, so to speak. So, of course, that just gets chopped out and everything. At the moment, Leicester just appear to be turning the screw a little bit. I forgot to take Seki off. Oh, what a save by Verbruja. I forgot to take Seki off, actually. Completely forgot about that. So we are going to see the return to the side of Mimi Keki, who did start the last game against Tottenham. Had a very good game. I just wanted to do a bit of squad rotation, which is the reason Keki didn't play. Or rather, sorry, didn't start in this one. He's only started twice, actually, in the league so far this season. Only started 5 times, but he's got 4 goals and 2 assists in 14 appearances. Paul Fires, he is not. But Paul Fires, I don't expect him to be. Someone could win that. Yep, Balogun. Into Udralgo. Come on, Udralgo. I've seen nothing of you so far. Into Aldo. I've seen more of Aldo. He's getting forward a lot more. What was that? How did you just lose tackle? Oh, well done. I'm sensing Seki vibes from Aldo. I'm sensing he's a little bit of Seki in terms of he can win the ball, he can also lose the ball. I'm not particularly happy with that. And there is Saar, unfortunately, and just wide. I don't want him getting one over on us. I really don't. Right, Udrago's done absolutely nothing for me. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go what seems to be very defensive, but what it will allow is for Aldo just to get forward. He's going to go as a box to box, and Gamin is going to slot in as that defensive midfielder. I do feel we need someone in the in front of that back four, just to protect them, just to give them that little bit more of comfort, if you will. Not that it makes a difference, because Leicester have got the ball here. Oh, for goodness sake. I'm seriously trying to tell these players push forward, but unfortunately it's just not working. Leicester have just completely turned the screw. That Aldo goal that was disallowed is going to be so crucial in this one, isn't it? And unfortunately Gonzalez is also knackered as well. So's Lynch, but we kind of need him. Castillo is going to come on, and we're going to need to go attacking here. There's no option. Come on, boys. Surely we can rescue this. We beat Tottenham away from home as well. Balogun, Keki, Gamin. Over to Nikolov. We need more players in that box. Balogun, over. Absolutely mad. We've got the tempo higher as well. There's no point doing that, because it's just tiring out a lot of our players. Come on. Is there anything we can do here, guys? We've fought so well against Tottenham, and we've just thrown it away here against Leicester. Oh, gutting. I'm not happy with that. We started the game brightly, and then we just let Leicester way back into it, and by the time Leicester took the lead, it was just too late. We're down in 6th, and Seki's out for 10 days. Not a great start. I've come to 2 conclusions about my squad. Firstly, we need someone protecting the back 4 at all times while we've been on this run. We've shipped, I think I've had a look at this, we've shipped about 15 goals in the last 7 league games. That needs to change. Secondly, my players are a bunch of prima donnas. More on that in a moment. But this is going to be the 11 that we're going to be sending out for the game away at Wolves, because we're not allowed home games anymore. Vabuja in goal still. Gonzalez, Lovato, Mavropanos comes in defence with Nikolov at right back. Gamin is going to be the man in front of the back 4 with Aldo and Mimi Keki in midfield ahead of him. Keki is, of course, replacing, where is he? Seki, who's still out for another 1 to 4 days. So I should have him back for the next game, give or take. Udrago on the left wing. Ginchard is back on the right wing, which means Peter Lynch is going up front, which means Paul Fires is kind of being sacrificed. But when push comes to shove, I would rather Lynch up front than Fires for a side who is not exactly in the greatest of form. I mean, Lynch just can't play on the right wing. For some reason, that has just completely deserted him. So let's see if he'll have a good spell up front instead. In fact, we're just going to punt the fists, show a bit of faith to everyone, and then hopefully we can get this game started. Right, I mentioned that my players are a bunch of prima donnas. Now, for a long time now, and this is something I haven't really said, but my players have been constantly coming to me saying, oh, we're unhappy with training. Why? Because we don't do enough general team training. Okay, so then I just changed the training schedules. But now they're also saying their training units are not getting enough attention. So now you've got players who are either unhappy because they're not getting enough general team training, or you've got players who are unhappy because they're not getting enough training in their own training units. And that's about almost half my squad now. It is absolutely pathetic. I'm really trying to mix up the training a little bit, but unfortunately, it's not quite enough for these guys. They don't seem very, very happy with the fact that I'm doing a lot of general team training for them. I'm doing a mixture of defending and a mixture of attacking. Possession as well, just off the post. I don't know who that was. I think that might have been Ginchard. But these players just don't seem very happy for very, very long. I don't understand it, personally. I mean, it was saying in the notes, it literally says it there for me, that because they're unhappy at the lack of general team training, that might be what's causing the poor form. Okay, so I tried to sort it, and it worked before. Now, it's about not having enough attention on their own training unit. And I'm just thinking, literally, this is me scratching my head as well, like, what do I do? What do I actually do here? So I'm now going to need to try and sort that out in order to try and get us through this whole period of poor form in the league. I haven't actually shown you on the schedules that our last 7 league games, I said we conceded 15 goals. But in that time, we've also won only 1 league match. That is alarming form. And hopefully Lynch here can start to turn it around for us. And he scores. Keki with the assist, picking up where Seki would normally be putting down. And that's exactly the sort of thing I wanted to see. Peter Lynch is just better as an advanced forward. This is not a slight on Paul Friars. He's a very good player. But Peter Lynch is my main man up front. He's my wonder kid. He's also attracting a lot of attention from big European clubs, Juventus being one of them at the moment. Interestingly, so is Matteo Lovato, who is my centre-back. He's attracting attention from the likes of Inter Milan. Of course, from his native Italy, kind of makes sense. But at the same time, I want them to leave them alone. I want those clubs to just leave my players alone. I'm trying to improve the squad there. What did I just see? I swear, with Football Manager, if anything can go wrong in a poor run of form, it's going to happen. That was pathetic. Let's just have a look at this again. So McNeil, the ball was actually saved by Fabuja. Nikolov just decided to keep on going. What the hell was he doing? For goodness sake. Like, people, please. In fact, there's a highlight there. I think we're going to wait for the highlight. No, there is no highlight now. Balogun on the right. I don't know what else to say. Castillo on at left back as well. You know what? We'll go for the triple change, I think. You know what? Nikolov, he's just annoyed me. Stiller can go in defensive midfield and Gammon can go at right back because I'm horrified at what I just saw. And now Football Manager is just literally going to make me just sit through the rest of this. No highlights, none whatsoever, because that's what Football Manager does to you when you're in poor form. I mean, a draw away from home is not a bad result, but it is when you've won once in 8 league games. One win in 8. I mean, wow. We won every single game for like the first 10. In fact, the first 8, sorry. We've picked up 5 points in 8. Oh, this is going to be interesting. We'll be back at some point in the new year. Most likely middle or late January. And I think we need some fresh bloods. I really do. Let's see what I can pick up in January. Well, the results weren't quite there for us today, but regardless, if you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button for notification of future videos. Thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.